Hi everybody, hope everyone is doing well. I have a card share. I am sharing with you the first ever paper bag card that I have ever made. So bear with me. But what I ended up using was the gift sacks I purchased at Hobby Lobby. You get 10 of them in a pack for $1.99 and use my 40% off coupon. And they're actually pretty nice weight. They're thicker, and all I did was fold it in half, and so this becomes a pocket, and then this also creates a fold pocket for the card. But as you can see, in comparison to that versus the regular paper bag, much better quality. So this is the card that I came up with, and I will show you the items. Oop. Let me get rid of that. The items that I used to make this card. This is the front, obviously. And I was able to use some of my new items that I've purchased not too long ago. And I hope the lighting's okay. The paper that I used for this card all comes from the Color Crush collection by American Crafts, which is this one here. I used several of them, and as you can see, I've used a lot out of this collection. I did share it, so I can't take full credit of using the whole entire thing, but I have used this a few times and then I shared it, so it's getting its use. And then the Hobby Lobby bag, of course, the gift bag that I had showed. I made several of these tags using the die from Creative Time. She has a YouTube channel, what is her YouTube? It's Creative Time with Me is the website, but I can't think of what her YouTube channel is. But I love her dies. Most of her dies have all that stitch edging to it, which make it extra fun, I think. But I cut some of these. I used one to put a sentiment on it, but I also cut extras because I thought that these would make great little things to wrap lace, or make a little stick pin card, or different things. There's all kinds of different uses for them, so I went ahead and cut a few extras while I was at it. And so on the front cover, I used the Lawn Fawn stamp called Sunny Skies, which is this one. I used this kite and that sun, and then the small cloud on the bottom. And I stamped them, and then I had to fussy cut them out. They do have a die that complements the stamp set, but I don't have that. And then I inked the edges of, like, the cloud. You can tell I inked. Of course, I stamped it with this anyway, but I did ink the edges with this Studio G. And then when I stamped for the kite, I used my regular Memento ink, so it has a black outline. And then the Thanks for the Lift sentiment comes from an Amy R. Sunny Sentiment set, and I use this one up here that says Thanks for the Lift. And I stamped that with my Memento ink, and I used my Labels 18 die to cut that out. And then the bows on the kite, that is just remnant ribbon that I had. And then I used the other, you saw this pattern. This die set is a 2-pack that you get from the Creative Times. Creative Times, let's see, what is that called? I don't want to tell you wrong. Let me look up here real quick. It's called Creative Time Dies. So I don't think it's oh, here. The website is right here. CreativeTimeForMe.com. If you care to go check out her dies. She just had a brand new release too. Really nice stuff too. Just to enable you a little bit more. But so anyway, those two dies come in a set, and so this one that has more of the fishtail style on the bottom that is, I actually use that in different, let me see if I can find another, this one here. I cut the top, I made one full size, and then the two top layers, I didn't do the top. I only took the piece of paper up so far, so that way, because I didn't need the full size, because I wanted to be able to make that stack layer look. Is that as clear as mud? And then this little tiny yellow rickrack, that is from some stuff that I got at a yard sale. And I love my yard sales and different finds. I'll show you a little closer so you can see. Little tiny rickrack, and then that's that layering of the papers. All those papers come from that Color Crush collection, and you can see the stitching that come through from the dies. Really nice. I really like those dies a lot. So far, I love everything that she carries. This lace here is from Gisela from Lavish Laces. Love it. So cute. It's real soft and cottony type lace, so I'm going to have to order some more from her. So you open it up, and then this is on the inside of the card. And this is one of those tags that I cut out, and I used the sentiment. This one's from Hobby Lobby. It's a Stampabilities. So some people strengthen others just by being the kind of person they are. I really love that stamp. I think it's very sweet. And so I stamped it with that same ink that I used on the front. And then I used this pen from Sakura, the Stardust, I think it's called. It's called Clear Star. And just went over the word strengthen to highlight that word, to strengthen. So I just tucked that in there. Those little flowers are from MAM 1016 in the rack she gave me a long time ago. And what I used for the flower centers on those were just regular brads. I got a like a combo collection of various colors, and I just took my wire pliers and cut the backs off and used my glossy accents to glue those on. Some more of that little rickrack trim, I stapled them on. So I thought that turned out great. And then this is what I use. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. It's a little mini stapler. I don't have a tiny attacher, but this works really good. I'm really happy with it. They do have, I will mention, they do have two different sizes. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this in my video. They do have another one that's about almost half the size as far as in length, but I picked this one out just because I think it has a longer reach arm to it. So, and then the staples are mini. So I used that to staple the trim, make sure the trim didn't go anywhere. And then this border, this lacy punch is whatever. I can't even think. I used my EK Success punch tool, and you know what I should have done? I'm going to have to start writing on here what the title of this is, because I can never remember when I go to tell you. I can never remember what the name of that punch is. And then on this page, I had a lot of fun with that page, I'll have to say. The grass, I used my Plantain Schoolbook cartridge from my Cricut, and I cut the grass out. It has the regular layer, and then it has the shadow layer. So the shadow layer, I used a darker green in the background, as you can probably see. I cut that out at 1 1/4 inch on the Cricut. And then the gate is one of my, or fence I should say, that's one of my new dies that I got from Not Too Shabby Shop. It's from the Greeting Farm fence, and I just think it's so cute. I love that. And then this is part of my Joann's haul that I recently ordered. Cami from Weeb Monster, she shared on her video last week about having a sale, and they had 4-cent shipping. I think it was for the 4th, and so I went on there and I grabbed a few things that I didn't have, and then they had these cute little stamp sets. She showed one, But I love this, the little kids in this set from Stampendous. And this one is called Kiddo Hop from Stampendous. And I really like these a lot. They're not really big, but Kiddo. I guess it's a Kiddo line. If you do a search for them, Stampendous Kiddo. They have all kinds of different stamps with the little kids, and they're really cute. So, and then I also bought the tree, and none of their stamps were very expensive at all. Just everything that I got in that order. Each item was only like $2 or $3 a piece. Very inexpensive, so I was really happy to be able to get in on that sale. And so what I did with the background paper, I stamped on the Georgia Pacific paper with my Memento ink, and I colored in my images with a combination of Copic and Spectrum Noirs. Now, if you would like to guess what I use my Copics on and what I use my Spectrum Noirs on, have fun. See if you can guess what I colored with what. So what I did with the background, I had a lot of fun with this. I used some distress ink. I used the peel paint, I used the mustard seed, and I also used my broken china. I used my little sponge applicator on here. It's not on there right now, but I used that to work in a little bit of color so it looks like the sky's blue, and then a little bit of the mustard, what's it called? Mustard seed, to give the illusion of the sun shining, the sun rays. And then just kind of shaded in with the green, the peel, is it peel? Yeah, peel paint, just to kind of continue on the grass effect. And I did. I really had a lot of fun doing that page. I think those stamps are so cute. And then on the back I just used another one of those pieces of paper from that collection, Color Crush, and I just I just kind of doodled in a stamp instead of using a stamp like I typically use a stamp, stamped with or stamped by or handmade by or something. But this one I just decided to handwrite it on the back. So so in here I did use some, in this pocket, I did use some coordinating papers inside. It's kind of hard to show. I'm having a hard time trying to keep this in frame. And so then I'll tuck just a couple little goodies, and I'm going to send this to somebody in the mail. And so I hope you enjoyed that. That was my card share. And then the other few things that I got from Joann's was this little powder tool for my embossing. That was very inexpensive because I was planning on I didn't want to spend the money on something like that. I was just going to put some powder in a little bag and sew it up and be done with it. But that was so inexpensive, I just went ahead and bought it. And then this other Stampendous, if I could talk, stamp is just chock full of all kinds of cute sayings. I'll just, if you want to see what they all are, just pause on there so I don't have to read through them. And then this one's called Daffodil Lady, another Stampendous. This one's really pretty. Mom liked that one, so I'm going to try to make a card for her. And then this one I thought was sweet. This is a Penny Black stamp. Thinking of You, and that one is actually called Think of You. Go figure. And then I wanted this little sentiment to go inside with the Daffodil Lady with the flowers. I thought it would be pretty. That was very inexpensive. Like I said, everything was like super duper cheap. So, and then only 4 cents shipping. So it was a good deal. And I hope you enjoyed it all. And everybody take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.